A story in 5 words.
Walz says demonize Musk more.
It's okay in America to be successful. We should celebrate that when people are successful. What my beef is, once you get successful, don't be a greedy bastard and not pay your taxes. Don't do that. Pay your taxes and work. And let those young men who see this, now I would argue this, we're creating a false narrative from them that everybody is super rich and has Lamborghinis and life is easy, but that's what we're gonna have to figure out in our society about social media and all those things. But I don't think we should be the party that demonizes someone because they're able to afford something or they're able to work hard and got something. What we should demonize is people like Elon Musk and those people that do that. And that's different. That's different.
That's different. What a brain. No, seriously, Jim, he has this brand new idea. I've never heard of this before. Demonize the rich. Where did he come up with that?
Yet again, another Democrat. You know, millionaires, billionaires got to pay their fair share of taxes. Biden used to always say that.
Yeah.
As his rich son was under indictment for tax evasion.
Yes.
You know, so but keep putting that out there. And Elon paid like $11 billion in taxes last year.
Yes.
So he did pay his taxes.
Yes, and not only that, Emily, he had a bonus. It was like 50-some-odd billion dollars, I think. It was, and the Democrats stopped his bonus from being paid in Delaware. Remember this? And if they let him get paid, half of it would have gone to the government. It would have been the largest individual tax payment in history. This guy is like, he is supposedly a public servant. Musk is the public servant. This guy is the public leech.
Yes. And he's like herpes, where he's always there. You can never get rid of him.
Tell me about it.
I'm sorry, fathers. Look, at the end of the day, my problem with this argument, too, is that when they demonize only certain billionaires and millionaires, the reality of the contribution to society versus the absolute destruction, when you compare, for example, George Soros with Elon Musk, who's rescuing astronauts? Who has truly led to life-changing, medically breakthrough technology?
Getting the paralyzed to walk.
Exactly. Everything that Musk has done has been for the betterment of society and totally selfless. Does he want to make money? Sure. But first, he was simply a genius that wanted to help contribute to this world. George Soros and his funds have absolutely destroyed lives, truly led to deaths, multiple deaths, and they're picking and choosing.
Minneapolis, Tyrus, is in Minnesota.
Yes.
If you want something demonized, he turned Minnesota into hell.
Listen, I feel bad for Elon.
Mm-hmm.
I would be furious if I was him. Mm-hmm. If this is who you sent to troll me?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing wrong to get the guy from D-Team to come out at Family Theater and call me names?
Yeah.
Like, Tim, I would, if they were like, oh, Tyrus, man, tough news cycle. Tim Walz is talking about you. I'd be like, oh, Timmy, I want to fight him so bad. Why won't he just answer my tweets, my DMs, like just one arm? And I just want to slap the, he's so weak. He brings nothing. If you were going to go after someone, man to man, hit him with a fact. Hit him with something real.
Yes.
You don't have anything. And here's the cold part. If Elon called him up and said, hey, Tim, you want a job? He would take it. Yeah. Because that's what spineless, he would, and when he was questioned, he was like, I was just holding him in account. You know, I respect him, and I'm so happy to be working for X. He is the worst player on their team, and they don't mind sending him out because
They're trying to get him off the table.
Yeah.
They're putting him out early so he can't be a factor later. Tom, if he says Elon didn't pay taxes, and of course he did, Musk has all the money in the world. Should he sue this bastard?
No, I think Musk did the right thing. He didn't even attack back, against Walz, really. What he did was he tweeted from the White House. He was like, I'm looking at the White House portraits, and I'm so glad that J.D. Vance is vice president. Which is so true. You know, when you think about it, you're like, oh, we dodged a bullet. We don't have Kamala, we got President Trump. But also, I mean, I'm so glad we have JD instead of this guy. And everyone tried to pitch him as this this pillar of masculinity.
Right.
And it never really, you know, you can't hold. They tried to make him like he was a coach. He doesn't give off coach vibes. Look at his picture.
Well, creepy coach.
Yeah, that's what I say. Take a look at him. He's not like a coach. He's more like that Rachel Levine. Doesn't he kind of look like
You know what? He dresses like Rachel Levine. Look, he has a sports coat and a zip-up sweater underneath. No man wears that.
I may have done that in the past.
Yes.
I
You've
won't
done that
now,
many
Tyrus.
No, and one day somebody's going to explain what a corporate income tax is to these people. It's not paid by this. It's not paid by the corporation. It's not like a building that goes, I've got to pay taxes. It's the workers. It's the shareholders and it's the customers. And get this, they already paid their taxes.
Yeah.
So you're actually just creating a tax. Well, it's like any. You could tax this table and say, okay, we're taxed. That's what it is. It's just a tax on an object. Makes no sense. Up next, discharged troops get an apology. Like what?
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.